how can we set ourselves up in a way to have a increase our longevity, while at the same time not be so caged as, again, Brian Johnson's a good example of someone that wants to live a very long time, but is very specific in his lifestyle, which I respect fully. But maybe for someone that looks to improve their health, but is limited in, let's say, time and resources, what would you say they could do to start to improve on that?
Yeah, one of the things I'm always interested in is things that you can do for your health that take minimal amount of time and zero to maybe a little bit of money. And don't interrupt your life too much, because people have kids to take care of. People got work obligations. They got families. So some people have the opportunity to dedicate all day to their health, Brian Johnson style. But for some people, it's got to be super easy, or it's just not going to happen. First and foremost, I would say do what you can for sleep optimization. And maybe your work and home life are so hectic that you can only spend 6 hours in bed. But even if you can't make that more, even if you can't get up into the ideal 7 to 9 hour window there, let's optimize those 6 hours. Let's figure out how you can spend as much of those 6 hours in REM sleep and deep sleep, and as little of that time as possible getting up and going to the bathroom, rolling around, not being able to sleep, and get the most out of that. So, for example, here, you could take magnesium before going to sleep. A pretty good form for this is magnesium glycinate that absorbs very well and is also very calming because of the glycine in there. An even better form is magnesium L-threonate, which has the best ability to cross the blood-brain barrier, actually raising brain levels of magnesium. And this also has an anti-aging effect on the brain. So it's pretty amazing. If you have a problem waking up in the middle of the night, often it's because of a blood sugar dip that happens around 3 or 4 in the morning. For people in that situation, it can actually be really helpful to either to eat 2 kiwis before going to bed, which is it's like a weird little hack, but it's actually shown to improve sleep quality and duration in a number of different metrics. Or you could have a teaspoon of raw honey before going to bed. That also helps. You think, what's a teaspoon of honey going to do? Everybody I share that with who actually does it comes back like, wow, I didn't think it was going to do anything. I kind of just tried it to prove you wrong and say, look, I tried it. It didn't work. And it's actually totally changed my sleep. It's incredible. You could take an herb like reishi mushroom before going to sleep. You could spend 10 minutes doing some form of meditation or a yoga nidra before going to bed. That is going to just change your mental and physical state to be more conducive to a relaxing sleep. You can sleep in a slightly colder environment. That's going to save you some money. Turn the thermostat down in your house, sleep colder, and you actually get a more restorative sleep. So that's in the sleep improvement department. And when you improve your sleep, there's pretty much no limit to the other areas of your health that also impacts.
For sure, for sure. How would you
Then
say light
then
impacts on the sleep?
you want to be in a totally dark environment, because when you're exposed to light, it's going to suppress your melatonin production. Melatonin is the sleep hormone. Pretty much everybody's heard of that one. And it also depends on the wavelengths of light that you're exposed to. So blue light, especially because this is in a natural world, you'd only be exposed to really blue light in the daytime. So blue light is a monster when it comes to suppressing your melatonin production. So blue light exposure in the morning, great. It wakes you up. It makes you feel alert. Blue light exposure in the evening, not so great. And people might think, I don't have any blue lights in my house. What are you talking about? Most of your devices are giving off a lot of blue wavelengths of light, whether you're looking at your computer or your phone or your TV. And there's apps that you can install, or actually in a lot of devices already built in. For example, in Apple devices, you have Night Shift that helps turn it a little bit more of an orange color, which is the opposite of the blue wavelength. And it's more natural to see orange and red light at night. For example, if you think back to your natural environment, whereas you would see blue light from the sun in the sky in the daytime, at nighttime, what are you seeing? Fire, orange and red light. So that's the natural light that doesn't disturb your melatonin release. So what you can do is you can, of course, have the night shift on your computer and your phone turned up to their highest. But even that is not really that effective. It's still letting a lot of blue light through. And so the further step that you can take there is on your phone. We actually have like a tutorial on our YouTube channel about this that I can send you a link to. But there's a place you can go in the settings where you can turn it so that at nighttime, your phone is only red and black light. black is not a light, but just red and black on the screen. It takes away all other colors. So you can still fully use your phone. You can make calls, you can text, you can. It's not as entertaining to go on Instagram when everything is just red. So it actually keeps you off your social media apps late at night, which is probably healthy as well. And then on your computer, you can install an app called Flux, Flux. It's a free app, and it has a mode called darkroom mode. It's the exact same thing. You do that at night on your computer. You can still get done what you need to do, but you're not messing with your melatonin production. And then when you're actually sleeping, get that room totally dark. Get blackout curtains if you can. Make sure there's no lights in the bedroom.
Thank you for breaking it down like that. When I first learned about this through Andrew Huberman, the importance of light and how, I mean, my phone, when I first realized how, not dangerous, but how detrimental it was to my sleep. And I stopped using my phone late at night, or I shift up my settings. Like you said, I even got the blue
Yeah,
blocks
nice.
to help black out the light. It's been super supportive because I didn't realize how much strain I was actually going to sleep with until afterwards. And now there's days when, let's say I'm out somewhere and I come home and there's a lot more light than usual, I feel a difference in my sleep. Definitely impacts.